Hello, kindred longevity lifestyle designers. This is Zach here with secretsoflongevity.com as well as martin-kilgour.com. And I'm going to make you a green juice today, specifically the recipe that is the standard green juice for the Hippocrates Health Institute. When I was there last summer, I was drinking this twice a day, sometimes even more if it was a day where I was fasting. And it's very simple. I'm going to do it slightly differently, but the basic recipe, in terms of your total end quantity of juice, if you want to do this specifically, you use one whole cucumber, and that's sort of like your average field type size cucumber, not the long English cucumbers, but just like a sort of small medium sized cucumber, North American cucumber, and then the 3 ribs of celery, and then 50% of juice in terms of equal portions of sunflower sprouts and pea shoot sprouts. And that's the recipe they use at the Institute. That's what they serve twice a day to the guests that are staying there. And the benefits of this juice is that you're obviously using fresh sprouts, so you're getting very high density of nutrients because, you know, for instance, sunflower sprouts by weight or by equal portions to regular vegetables have 30 times more density of their nutrients. Certain other types of sprouts are 10 times. So sunflower sprouts are really considered the top sprout, but I mean they have their own qualities and benefits, and other sprouts have their own. But overall, the sunflower sprout is really the epitome of density of nutrition. And the sunflower sprout, I've got a bag of them here. These were harvested not too long ago, and it's the sprout you generally see with the 2 leaves on the top, and it's a complete protein, has the most usable amino acid profile of any food. And this was looked at one university where in terms of the nutrient requirements for the human body, the certain levels of different amino acids, of which in terms of the essential ones there's 8, and there's different levels of them, and the sunflower sprout has the closest thing to what the human body requires. So it's not meat, it's not some other random protein source, it's the sunflower sprout that has those correct levels. Of course, you're going to be getting protein from a variety of sources, but that's just an interesting quality about the sunflower sprout. And the other benefit of sprouts, in my opinion, is that when you're getting fresh sprouts, just harvested, and this is the same with a vegetable or plant matter that's just been harvested, it's got a very high electromagnetic potential. So it's actually got an electrical force around it, or in it, that's radiating off of it, that starts to dissipate the longer it's sitting around. So Kirlian photography of sunflower sprout, for instance, has shown on either side to be about 2 feet of this auric field for just one little sprout. And you consider, you know, a vegetable like lettuce that's been sitting on the store shelves for a week or more if it's traveling from afar, that greatly diminishes. So that's the huge benefit of using sprouts as your green juice. So in terms of juicers, I recommend nothing else but the Green Star or their other different models of the Green Star, and that's because it's a twin gear slow grind juicer. It's got metal gears, not plastic. There's a new juicer out which is, I think, is still a great juicer, the Huron slow juicer, but you know, it's a plastic gear. It doesn't have the same benefits of the twin gear, which has actual magnets in the gear which extract more nutrients and preserve the nutrients better than the slow juicer that's a plastic gear. I mean, definitely the Huron's better than the fast-spinning centrifugal juicers, but you know, the Green Star wins awards every year for the best juicer out there in terms of being able to preserve the nutrients of the food. My specific recipe here is going to use a little more celery than the traditional Hippocrates recipe, and then I'm also using a lemon rind. And I'd use a whole lemon, or half a lemon, with the juice, except I use the juice on my salad, in my salad dressing, and I just save the rind and I put it through, and it's got still the same amount of flavor, same benefits. And the lemon rind actually helps produce, stimulate your stomach to produce hydrochloric acid, so that's something you can use if you're having problems with that issue. And then of course we've got the cucumber that I've already sliced up, and we're going to put this all through. And then I've got the pea shoots, and I grow my pea shoots on a jute mat, so I get the roots and the seed as well, so you're getting those benefits, although if you do have it in soil, you can cut them and it doesn't really make that big of a difference in terms of the overall nutrient value. So here we are going to turn it on. We're going to just start pushing it through. I've got a thing to catch the juice and then a little cup just to catch the pulp that comes out of the end. Putting celery through first. Then we're going to put some cucumber through. And I like to alternate what I'm putting through, you know, don't just put all one thing through the next, because different things react differently with the juicer gears. So if you do too much cucumber at once, it tends to foam up a bit, whereas if you alternate the cucumber, the celery, and the sprouts, you know, doing a bit of each, one after the other, you're going to get it going through very easily. I'm going to throw the lemon rind in. This might take a bit of pencil. Whoa. And it's going through, just a little bit of pressure. If you're looking for a Green Star or looking to purchase one, or a Green Power or any of the other juicers made by Tribest, which is definitely the best type of juicers on the market, you can find a link for that below, where you can look at that, peruse the different juicers that are available. You might want to go with your own juicer if that's something you're interested in, and just pick one that you know is going to work for you and that you'll actually use. That's the key, is if you get it, you have to use it. Now I'm going to start adding some of the sprouts. I've got the sunflower sprouts. I'm going to add some first, just getting a little handful, and I stick them in the top and press them down. You can add other things as well. You know, if you don't have all the sprouts that I'm talking about, or you're missing celery or broccoli, or not broccoli, but cucumber rather. Well, you could choose broccoli. I don't like broccoli juice personally. But you can do romaine lettuce, other high water content greens. This is really important to keep this a green juice. You don't want to be adding any other stuff like carrot juice or beet juice. That stuff's terrible in terms of the sugar content. You know, it does have benefits, but you got to look at the benefits and the negative effects and decide if you really want to get a few benefits for a lot of negative effects, which is the large amount of really simple sugar that is in those things. You can also add ginger or garlic to counteract the very cooling nature of this green juice. So if it happens to be the winter and you don't want to be consuming too many cooling foods, adding a bit of ginger or garlic warms it up. It brings it more to a neutral point in terms of the energetics of the green juice and all the food you're eating. So adding a bit of warmth to it actually helps the absorption. Not that green juice needs help with being absorbed, but it helps stoke the digestive fire. And also, in terms of winter, this is a fantastic drink to take all through the winter if you're in a more northern latitude like myself. Sunflower sprouts are one of the few green foods that, or any plant food that has high levels of vitamin D2. And that gets converted into vitamin D3 in the body. So you're consuming that on a regular basis through the winter. Not that that should be your only source of vitamin D, but that's a very potent and excellent one. So if you have that in your diet, you're less likely to get vitamin D deficiencies through the winter. And we're going to add some of the pea shoots here. And these have amazing anti-cancer properties. It's one of the top sprouts for that they use at the Institute at Hippocrates for that purpose. It's also very high in protein. I'm trying to make this juice at least 4 cups. So that's basically a whole day's worth of juice. I'm going to drink it all at once. Slowly, of course, but it's almost a meal in and of itself. You'd be surprised how satiating a juice can be when it's as high in protein as this. So I just finished making the juice, and that did not take long at all. It took a little longer than the length of this video, so I had to edit parts out. But we've got 4 cups here, and I'm going to strain it. And I'm going to start consuming it right away, because you don't want to save something like this in the fridge or anything like that. You want to consume it within roughly 15 minutes of having made it. If you're doing wheatgrass or any other grass juice, you can mix it right into the green juice. And that's an easy way of taking it in all at once without having to constantly going to your juicer, making all these different juices and consuming that at different times of the day. Just do it all at once. Simplicity. If you can form these habits and do things in a simple way and that helps you do it, go ahead and do it like that. So this is an amazing juice. I forgot to mention, you can also use a nut milk bag to strain it. I use just a little strainer that I also use for tea, and that's just to take out some of the extra pulp that comes through. All juicers create a little bit of extra pulp. There's very minimal amounts created with the Green Star, but I just like it very clean in terms of the little bits that might be floating in it. It just makes it more palatable for me. Now this juice is so mild, there's no bitter overtones that you'd get from, you know, doing a kale juice or spinach, or even romaine lettuce has a bit of a bitter quality to it. Sprouts are very mild, very easy on the palate. In my opinion, it's my favorite kind of juice to drink, And I think it's the missing link in most people's raw food diet if they're doing that. I mean, the high protein qualities of the sprouts, like I mentioned, are fantastic for maintaining blood sugar. You don't need a high sugar juice to give you energy. This gives you a very even keel. Drink it before or after a workout. That is so invigorating. Enjoy it. Check out the blenders and links below and let me know your comments if you've tried this before and what you think of it. I'll see you next time.